Okay, because of the Parkinson's interest and President Biden handling or having a rare news conference at 4:30 today, the focus is going to be uh, how he's handling himself, whether or not he has Parkinson's or some other degenerative um, problem. Um, I think the observations are that he has Parkinson. Now, I don't have a lot of the shakes or quivers or quakes or whatever, but um, there are tests that you can take. Yeah, I took a full day test, and I took it uh, really back in 2012, 14 years ago, and it determined that. It determined all the things that you have with the depression, anxiety, and he can take that. Trump can take it too. It's not just a 5-10 minute test that Trump's talked about. It's a full uh, 4 hour, actually most of a day. Um, but the other thing is that whether or not he has it doesn't necessarily disqualify him. It's just the fact that what stage he's in and what level he has of, I guess, getting worse. I think people that's observed him say that he's gotten noticeably worse over the last uh, few months or year. And I have noticed, or as far as what I've done, you can watch my videos, but I did an interview a year ago with Sid Sreeve, and you can go back on that. And I've got it out there recently because of just wanting to show some of the interviews as the importance of, some of the things I was asking at that time. And then recently, or more recently, I've done interviews. I might note that every one I've done without any advanced preparation. And some of them I haven't even talked to. Uh, Frank O'Mara we talked through Messenger on Facebook, and he showed up, and we did the podcast, and it was all based on the fact that I'd read his book, and I was able to give a lead on some of the discussions, and I didn't know that till he arrived. I knew he was having some voice issues, but that was primarily what we wanted to point out was that's an issue with Parkinson's. And I know people that's in Rocksteady Boxing that don't have a lot of other issues other than voice, and some have anxiety. So it's going to be more of how much he's changed as far as President Biden in the last few months or year, where he's suitable to do 4 more years. I do this every quarter, and I have extensive tests every 6 months. And I know that mine has been stationary, or I've had, I've had maintenance to keep some of the things in check. I know my balance and walking are not as good, but I think my speech and some of my thinking has been pretty good. Or you can go back and look at some of my interviews. Again, nothing rehearsed in advance. No questions are discussed. We just go off the cuff, and that kind of goes from one thing to the other. So it's not anything that's being prompted. I may have a few questions that I want to ask, but generally one question just leads to another. So that's what to watch for. Is just not so much what he does today, but how much he's different today than he was yesterday, 6 months ago, or a year ago, whether he's qualified to remain in the race. That's the point I want to make here.